An ambiguity arises whenever language is fairly open to more than one construction. The Seventh Circuit considered a dispute revolving around ambiguous language in a security agreement in the 2002 case Shelby County State Bank versus Diest Supply Company. Hennings Feed and Crop Care, an Iowa corporation, sold agricultural chemicals and related products. In the early 1980s, Hennings entered into two security agreements with a creditor, Diest Supply Company. The first security agreement gave Diest a security interest in all of Hennings' inventory, regardless of whether it was currently owned or later acquired by Hennings. However, the second security agreement described the collateral in an ambiguous way. The language in question, which was drafted by Diest, contained two modifiers in a row. This made it unclear whether the second security agreement covered all of Hennings' inventory or just the inventory sold to it by Diest. Years later, in 1999, Hennings declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy. In the bankruptcy proceeding, another creditor, Shelby County State Bank, sued Diest and the bankruptcy trustee, seeking to establish the validity of the bank's security interest in certain collateral. The bank named Diest as a defendant because the company was the earlier creditor, and the extent of the bank's security interest depended on the extent of Diest's security interest. The bankruptcy court ultimately entered summary judgment for the bank. In doing so, the bankruptcy court construed the ambiguous collateral description from the second security agreement against Diest and ruled that the agreement covered just the inventory sold to Hennings by Diest. The district court reversed, finding no ambiguity and ruling that the agreement covered all of Hennings' inventory. The bank appealed to the Seventh Circuit.